Once upon a time, in the small, bustling town of Cozyville, lived an elderly gentleman named Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob, with his white hair and twinkling eyes, loved two things more than anything: gardening and taking long walks around the neighborhood. However, as years passed, these beloved activities became challenging for him. His legs would often swell and ache, making every step feel like a mile. He missed the days when he could wander freely and care for his roses without discomfort. One sunny morning, while sharing his woes over a cup of tea with his friend, Mrs. Green, she mentioned something that would change his life: compression socks. "They're not just any socks, Bob," she said, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "They're like hugs for your legs. They help with the swelling and make walking feel like a breeze." Skeptical yet intrigued, Mr. Bob decided to give them a try. He visited the local pharmacy, where a kind young pharmacist explained how compression socks work. "They apply gentle pressure to your legs, improving blood flow and reducing swelling," she said, handing him a pair of socks that felt soft yet firm. The next morning, with a mix of curiosity and hope, Mr. Bob slid the compression socks up his legs. They felt snug but comfortable, like a gentle embrace. Eager to test them out, he laced up his walking shoes and stepped outside into the fresh morning air. To his amazement, walking felt different this time. His steps felt lighter, and the usual ache in his legs was noticeably less. With each day, the benefits became more evident. His legs felt stronger, and the swelling had reduced significantly. Mr. Bob could now tend to his garden with ease, pruning and planting for hours without discomfort. His walks around the neighborhood became longer, and his step had a newfound spring. Excited by this transformation, Mr. Bob became an advocate for compression socks, sharing his discovery with anyone who would listen. He talked about them at the local community center, during his walks, and even at the grocery store. "They're like magic socks," he would say with a chuckle, his eyes twinkling brighter than ever. Word of Mr. Bob's magic socks spread throughout Cozyville, and soon, many of his friends and neighbors decided to try them. Mrs. Patel, who stood all day at her flower shop, found relief from her tired, achy feet. Coach Thompson, the high school track coach, noticed his recovery times improved after long runs. Even young Emily, a budding ballerina, wore them to ease the strain of hours of practice. As the town of Cozyville embraced the benefits of compression socks, a wave of energy and comfort swept through its residents. People of all ages were moving more, feeling better, and enjoying activities they thought were part of their past. Mr. Bob, now known affectionately as the Sock Ambassador, had sparked a small revolution in Cozyville. His simple discovery not only brought back the joy of his walks and gardening but also brought the community together in a shared experience of well-being. And so, in the charming town of Cozyville, life went on, filled with more steps, more dances, and more gardens than ever before. All thanks to a pair of snug, magical socks that hugged the legs of its wearers, whispering with each step, "Keep moving, keep living, keep enjoying." From that day on, if you ever passed by Cozyville and noticed the spring in the steps of its residents, you'd know the secret of their vigor: the gentle, loving embrace of compression socks. Mr. Bob's most cherished discovery.